Hello, welcome to the self-learning platform by Dr. Sushma Singh. Today we start Unit 6, Types of War, Revolutionary War, Civil War, Guerrilla War, Insurgency and Counterinsurgency, Proxy War and Asymmetrical War, and Terrorism. Now we discuss Proxy War. The term proxy war carries two crucial meanings that make it different from being a type of war to just a tool or a method of conflict. The first is the state centric perspective about the war. Here, the primary conflict is between two or more states. The method of conflict is not conventional war. Since the conflict is essentially between states, the objective of the conflict may be described as essentially political. The second meaning of proxy war arises out of the indirect nature of involvement by the adversaries to the conflict. At a simplistic level, this is a conflict between two or more states. The war is not fought directly by the two states but through some other intermediaries. Such an intermediary may be another state or a group of terrorists or militants, etc., that would fight against the adversary, another state or government by taking a variety of support from the first state. This support may come in from of weapon, finance, sanctuary for the fighters, global propaganda to support the struggle against the adversary, etc. One must note that despite the political nature of the objectives of such a war, this war does not get classified as a different type of war because of the nature of the war. It remains a tool or a method of warfare because the fighters who are involved in the war are essentially mercenaries. They by themselves carry no concrete political agenda of their own, since they are fighting one else's war for a variety of benefits. This term was used during Cold War days in a specific context. During the days of US Soviet rivalry, this term was used to describe the indirect involvement of either superpower in regional or local conflicts around the world. In the post Soviet era, this term has acquired a new meaning. Today, it is loosely used to describe any indirect level support to either a country or a militant group. The underlying purpose of this war has remained political. Thus, one talks of a proxy war that Pakistan is conducting against India in Kashmir through support given to a variety of militant groups. Such a support comes in form of finance, weapons, training, and provision of safe sanctuaries to militants in one's own country. Now let us have summary of the unit. Whereas previous wars were between armies and nations and largely fought over spheres of influence, in the recent past a new type of warfare has gained prominence under which involves more shadowing players with very different motives, falling within the ambit of internal security. It involves marginalized and other groups which seek to oust the government or regime, redress grievances, or independence. In some cases, such interstate conflicts may get support from outside powers. This unit focused on revolutionary wars and civil wars, which have over the years come to be classified as a type of war associated with the political objectives that they carry. As we saw, Revolutionary War is a war that seeks to capture political power through use of armed forces. It is essentially a domestic phenomena. It is not an international war in the sense of a war between two states. Civil war is also a societal conflict that occurs within a country. It occurs to either retain power and authority and therefore the legitimacy to govern, or it may occur to snatch the same from those holding on to it. Civil war may either be a spontaneous phenomena or a planned one. Insurgency, which is another type of war aimed at overthrow of constituted government through the use of subversion and armed conflict. Apart from discussing the different types of war that fall within the ambit of intrastate conflicts, we have examined the means, tools, and methods employed in these conflicts: guerrilla war, terrorism, and proxy war. In the subsequent unit of this course, we examine the various approaches to deal with armed conflict and build peace. Here we want to wind up this lecture and we have come to the end of the unit. Thank you so much for your attention.